With 2024 winding down, let's continue to make some really far way out predictions for the 2025 tennis season. In this video, we're going to feature the Women's French Open. Now, guys, this is the thing. These ones that are so far out, obviously very hard to predict because May and June, so far away yet. We don't know who's going to be playing good at the time, injury statuses, the whole 9 yards to make a really far way out prediction here. But if you could imagine this perfect world where everybody's healthy, ready to go, you can start navigating through some of the key players within that tournament. For example, Iga Swiatek, the queen of clay, absolutely be right in the mix of things, right in play here. She's won 4 of the last 5 French Open. And with that being said, being that she's won at Roland Garros so many times, you have to figure she's absolutely the favorite to win next year's French Open. But who else? So many other players that could contend with her. For example, let's look at the current world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka, guys, she's done it on clay before, right? She's beaten Swiatek on clay before. She made it to the finals in 2 tournaments last year on clay, losing to Swiatek both times. She's somebody that no matter what surface you're on, I understand that the clay or courts are the slower pace and whatnot, but you're still always at the mercy of Sabalenka's racket. She'd be right in the mix. Also, guys, let's not forget about Coco Gauff. Gauff, very strong ending in 2024. Somebody that's competed for a French Open championship before losing to Swiatek. Also made it to last year's semifinals, losing to Swiatek. Coco Gauff, definitely in play there. Also in play is Jasmine Paolini. Remember, last year, guys, Paolini, great run to the French Open final. She's somebody who does a very good job at returning balls, keeping balls in play, and that's the thing you have to do on the clay surface. That's why she was so successful in last year's French Open. Expect her to be right in the mix as well. Also, guys, I've been seeing this name being floating out there a lot, and it's been Emma Navarro. Now, Navarro's still a young player. Adjusting the clay courts might be tough, but still, the thing that I like about Navarro is her return game. Her return game can give people problems. Again, you're playing on a slower pace surface, and you have a good return game, should be able to keep you in the mix of things. So I actually like Navarro a lot heading into next year. And then let's not forget too about Elena Rybakina, because guys, here's the thing. Last year, Iga Swiatek, before the Olympics, or in just the general clay season, had 1 loss on clay, and it was to Elena Rybakina. Rybakina is somebody who's very, very talented. We kind of forgot that a little bit too because of all the injuries that she's been kind of dealing with over the last few years or so. But when you look at last year's season, I mean, she had a lot of very good moments in it. She didn't win that one, like the big WTA 1000 event or something like that, but she was always right in the mix for them. Came in second a few times. She has the absolute all the talent in the world. I really think Rybakina is healthy, could be right in the mix of things in this year's French Open. So those are kind of the bigger names at play. I know you could always get in the mix of wild cards and whatnot and who you think could make a run. Usually I fit the French Open too. There's usually a name every year that kind of comes out of nowhere and whatnot. Maybe even have Barbora Krejcikova, 2-time major champion. Maybe she sneaks back into play here, being that she's won a French Open before. You can make a case for a lot of players, but those are kind of the big names that are at play there. And as far as a prediction goes, guys, gonna keep it simple. Iga Swiatek's the queen of clay. I mean, are we really going to pick against Iga Swiatek? No, I will say she is vulnerable. Let's not forget, actually, here's another player that's in play here of Qinwen Zheng. Zheng did beat Iga Swiatek at last year's Olympic Games in the semifinals there, went on to win the gold medal. Iga got bronze. So when you see that, yes, Swiatek is vulnerable. That is for sure. But still, when you win 4 of the last 5 French Opens, you are the absolute favorite in a tournament like this. So my prediction is going to be that Iga Swiatek, sitting here right now in the later part of 2024, next year when we get to this time in May and June, it's going to be Iga Swiatek that wins the French Open.